inventory transactions can be derived from year-end balances, which means we can figure out what we did during the year based on our balances at the end of the period. It makes us think, doesn't it? We see here our prior to closing expenditures of $315,000. Our post-closing now is 0. Our supplies inventory was 81, and then it increased to 54,000. Our encumbrances were at 36, post-closing 0. Fund balance assigned 9 at the end, post-closing, nothing at the beginning. Reserve for encumbrances are at 45, nothing at the end. And then our non-spendable fund balance supply stayed the same of 54,000. All of the amounts shown relate only to supplies. All purchases during the year were paid in cash. So we're not dealing with accounts payables. Do you know? We paid them. Reconstruct the journal entries relating to supplies that were made in 2012. So let's look and see, how can we figure this out?
So you skip 1, you're on number 2A.
No one.
I'm on problem 5.3, 1A, okay?
But we're assuming the consumption method.
We're assuming the consumption method. So let's just take a look here at the consumption method. The expenditures would represent the amount of supplies consumed. By analyzing the inventory account, we can determine the amount of supplies purchased. So let's here look at beginning balance plus, we'll have purchases minus consumption equals ending balance. You know, you kind of do this a little bit with when you're trying to figure out your cost of goods sold. Do you guys ever do this? You know how when you're sometimes trying to figure out your ending balance, you know, you do an equation, beginning inventory plus purchases minus cost of goods sold equal ending inventory. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And sometimes they'll give you all but one. That's kind of what we're doing here. So what do we know the different figures to be?
Well, wouldn't your beginning balance be the 315,000?
That's the expenditures. So we know we've consumed.
The beginning balance was 54.
We've consumed 315,000. Our beginning balance is 54,000. Why?
Because that's the balance in 2002.
Yes. Our beginning
Yeah, 2012.
at the post pre-closing is 54,000.
Yeah.
Okay? Plus purchases is what we're trying to figure out.
Is that the supplies inventory? Or is that what's I just left in here?
We're trying to figure out, reconstruct, well, basically what we're trying to figure out is how much we did purchase. Okay?
Oh, I get
So
it.
that's the
is that the
difference between
81,000
81
minus the 54,000?
So it's the beginning balance is 54,000. We need to figure out purchases. We know that the consumption was 315. What do we show right now the ending balance to be?
54.
Well, yeah, but the pre-closing we show here of 81, don't we?
Yeah.
The supplies equal 81. So 54,000, so 81,000, how about this? 81,000 plus this minus this. 3 what did you say? 342? 342. Okay, so what we need to do, so what did we start? Our fund balance assigned of 9,000 post-closing. Let's just look here. Beginning balance plus supplies ordered minus purchases equal ending balance. Oh, you know, because I put a minus. What did I do wrong? Supplies ordered
Yeah, take out the equal or the minus parentheses and then
minus purchases equal ending balance, okay? So when we're looking at the reserve for encumbrances account, assuming actual purchases equal the amounts encumbered. So our fund balance is assigned, which means it's been earmarked. Our 9,000 plus whatever our supplies ordered, which is what we're trying to figure out, minus our purchases, which we know up here are 342,000, equal our ending balance of 45,000. You see our reserve for encumbrances is sitting there at 45,000. So how many dollars in supplies have we ordered? It would be this plus this minus this. Would it be 378,000?
yep.
So the supplies ordered here are 378. So what we're going to do here, it's asking us reconstruct the journal entries related to supplies that were made in 2012. We're talking about budget here now, aren't we? The budgetary entries. So our first one is going to be encumbrances, which is how much was ordered. And then what do we have here? Reserve for encumbrances of 378. To encumber 378 for supplies ordered, right? I'm sorry. That's the purchases. We ordered, remember with budgetary, we order so much, we reserve it, we order it, but does it all always come in? Don't we sometimes order it, but it might not come in until the next year? Do you know what I'm saying? What if it's December 20th and the order doesn't come to us until January 4th? Is the encumbrance still out there? Okay? Now definitely, guys, the stuff we ordered in January through November probably is here. But we're doing it for the whole year. Okay? Yes, no?
Yes.
Am I? Okay. So, that's for everything we ordered. Now, what really came in? What did we really buy? 342. So what are we going to do here? We're going to debit reserve for encumbrances of 342. And what are we going to credit?
Expenditure.
Encumbrances. Because we're basically on our budgetary entry showing, okay, we received these, we can take them off an encumbrance, can't we? They're no longer encumbered, they've come in. So that's the budgetary piece. So this is to reserve encumbrances and the related reserve as goods are received or purchased. Now, how do we show that we purchase those supplies? Supplies inventory of 342 and cash of 342. This is basically to record the purchase of supplies. Does that make sense? But how many did we use up?
You would take the 42,000 minus the 378,000, right?
Well, if One is the encumbrances, we ordered 342.
Didn't we only consume 315?
We only consumed 315. You see how it shows expenditures of 315? Does that make sense? So what are we going to show we used up? Expenditures of supplies. And we're going to credit supplies inventory. Because again, this is that consumption method when we use it. Then, so this is to record the use of supplies. Does that make sense? Now, B tells us make additional entries that would be required at year end to close the accounts. So what do we need to do here? We need to fix our fund balance unassigned and non-spendable, and probably close out the expenditures and the encumbrances at year end. So how much did we use versus how much did we purchase? What's the difference there? 27. Now, so in this case, we could have fund balance unassigned of how much? 27,000?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't mean to be stupid, but where did you pull 27 from?
The difference between the 342 and the 315.
Thank you.
And then here we've got the fund balance non-spendable of 27,000. Okay? Do you understand how we got that? That's the difference between what we purchased and what we used.
I understand where you got it, but I wouldn't have known to call it fund balance unassigned.
Because we're using the consumption method, right? Isn't that why we're using the fund balance unassigned and fund balance non-spendable?
That's how, didn't we do it that same way in the other exercise?
Yeah.